The Skeleton Key was a movie ahead of its time. Nope, I don't care what anybody says. The Skeleton Key is worthy of being up there with the greats, along with Get Out, The Shining, and Scream. I know what you're thinking. How can this woman make such a bold statement? She must not know anything about horror. Listen, I watch a lot of horror movies and read a lot of horror books, and I truly believe that The Skeleton Key is a worthy contender. Why? Well, because it's a doom and gloom movie that touches on the negative sides of belief. Oh, I bet you didn't know that there was a negative side of belief. Yep, there sure is. In truth, when we sit down to meditate and manifest, we are opening up hundreds, if not thousands, of doors. These doors lead us into parallel worlds and realities that can become realized with repetition and, of course, further belief. Positive beliefs open up doors and allow us to enter magical worlds where all of our dreams can come true. Negative beliefs can open up doors that lead us into underworlds where there are wicked and cruel and malignant forces that are set out to destroy us. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the power of belief and how negative thinking can not only derail your manifesting goals, but rob you of your very soul. So please stay tuned. Perhaps the best gem in The Skeleton Key is that the storyline is actually modeled after, you will never guess, The Wizard of Oz. More in particularly, The Wiz. In The Wiz, Dorothy is a woman who is docile as a mouse. She is 24, she's kind, she's gentle, yet she's having a hard time finding her wings. Caroline, in The Skeleton Key, is also in her mid-20s. She is ride or die, live and let live kind of girl. Only her free-spirited nature caused a major rift between her and her father. While Caroline was out partying like a rock star, her single dad was dying in a brownstone apartment in New Jersey. Dorothy from The Wiz was so paralyzed with fear that she just wanted to get home by any means necessary, not wanting to take any chances with love or even with her career.
And whatever your fears are, well, they'll be defeated just by facing up to them. Now you take that new job and find a place for you and Toto.
While Caroline was stricken with guilt. Both fear and guilt are very destructive emotions. And like much of the negativity that we encounter in our lives, it seeps into the recesses of our subconscious mind. Through routine and repetition, it grows, shaping our behaviors, our mindsets, and underlying decisions.
Maybe because you don't believe in them. Maybe all houses have spirits, but we just don't see them until we believe we can.
Caroline developed a savior's mentality. She wanted to save everyone to assuage her guilt for abandoning her father in his time of need. Dorothy was so afraid that she invested all her hope and dreams into a wizard that she had not even seen. Both characters embark on the journey, yet their journeys are vastly different. Dorothy's world entails love and friendship. Dorothy, who appears to be awkward and a loner in the real world, is able to put together an A-team of friends who aid her in her mission. While most of Caroline's friends were enemies in disguise, frenemies, so to speak.
Good night, child.
Dorothy could always discern the good guys from the bad, but Caroline, well, she didn't have a clue. She was alone and seemed to gravitate towards an elderly female figure because maybe there was some part of her that needed motherly love.
Well, my mom left when I was little. My dad raised me, and he died last year.
Oh my. So you cared for him as well?
This was something that Dorothy had from Auntie M, and as a result, she was able to make it through her manifesting process almost unscathed. Caroline, on the other hand, well, you know what happened to her. The biggest thing about the manifesting process is that it acts as a series of chambers or swinging doors, so to speak. Each door leads you into an entirely different world where a sacrifice must be made and a lesson must be learned. In many cases, these doors remain locked until a certain event or circumstances throws them open. In Dorothy's case, it was a tornado that whisked her into the land of Oz. It was an inciting incident that forced her out of her comfort zone. As a result, she had to face all of her fears or risk being stuck in the land of Oz forever.
Go in there? You see that door? It's just a door. But behind that door is everything you've ever wanted.
For Caroline, it was the skeleton key. It was the attic, a forbidden place that was filled with dark and painful memories that was initially off limits to her. Yet she kept prying, eventually unlocking the door and allowing all those dark memories that she was harboring throughout her life to seep in.
Find yourself a hoodoo room. A what? Hoodoo. You know what hoodoo is?
Throughout much of Dorothy's journey, she had hope, guiding her foolishly down the yellow brick road. Caroline had guilt that haunted her day and night, causing her to risk her own safety and well-being to save an elderly dying man. Dorothy believed in magic and put everything that she had into finding the wizard. She believed that the wizard could get her back home. He could get the scarecrow a brain, the Tin Man a heart, and the lion some courage, while Caroline refused to believe in superstition.
Voodoo is pretty harmless. Harmless how?
Well, it's psychological, like a lot of that stuff. Can't hurt you if you don't believe.
She believed that she could save Ben. She believed that she could free herself from the guilt of abandoning her father. She believed that an old hoodoo witch could never harm her, if she didn't believe in magic, that is.
I don't believe.
Only Caroline didn't understand that the magic believed in her. Psychological manipulation is one of the oldest magic tricks mastered by witch doctors and conjuring women many years before there was any such thing as psychology.
Magic made you sick. You might believe in a magic cure, right? Even though it's all in your head?
Somebody been working roots on you.
They knew what made people tick and understood what buttons to push to get a desired result. The Wizard of Oz, or more particularly The Wiz, was a kid-friendly version of magic and superstitions. There was munchkins and flying monkeys and dancing pixies. However, the parallel worlds in the Skeleton Key were much darker and involved a cruel overlord who abused his servants and subjects, so much so that they played a cruel trick on him. They swapped out their own souls for another. The wicked witch Eveline wanted to destroy Dorothy and her friends, and her idea of punishment was working them to death and making a hot dog out of Toto.
Sauerkraut or mustard, my dear. On your hot dog!
While Papa Justify and Mama Justine weren't trying to make Caroline their servants, but their eternal slave. Both characters embark on the journey, but only one lives to tell about it.
Thing folks don't understand about sacrifice. Sometimes it's more of a trade.
In the real world, we often go on our own journeys. We fail to understand that we set intentions, and much like Dorothy, we're being whisked away by a tornado and forced to live in magical worlds. And we live in these worlds so that we can learn important lessons about ourselves. These parallel worlds, realities, we have to visit them and sometimes suffer through them in order to make our dreams come true. Sadly, limited beliefs and toxic emotions can lead us down a dark path. One that is as wicked as Hades, with cruel overlords and hoodoo witches that will manipulate us and steal our souls.
You think you can take him out of this house? You think you're stronger than me? You've no idea how strong I am, Caroline.
The one thing that many of the gurus don't tell you about the manifesting process is that the competition is fierce. Yes, honey, everyone and their mama wants that shiny new car, that beautiful girlfriend and rich husband. With that said, there are real-life witches who won't hesitate to manipulate you, use you as a pawn so they can move ahead.
How?
You have to sacrifice somebody and take the years that they have left.
The overall theme of The Wiz is to know yourself. Once you have established a set of core beliefs, you become less susceptible to manipulation. If you have a strong set of beliefs, you can overpower anyone who is an impeding threat. The Skeleton Key is more of a cautionary tale. It warns us of the dangers of not believing in yourself. Caroline tried to convince herself that she didn't believe in folktales and hoodoo. She blindly stepped into Violet or Mama Cecile's world without really knowing much about it.
Try to use my tricks on me? Huh?
She read the books, listened to the records, heard testimonials from Papa Justify's loyal followers. Yet, instead of trying to learn hoodoo to get the upper hand on Mama Cecile, she became her victim. Was it arrogance? No, it was Caroline's guilt. She wanted to save Ben and ended up losing herself in the process. This is why we need to be careful of all the toxic emotions, including guilt and shame and even hate. These emotions are incredibly malignant and spread throughout the body and mind like cancer. These emotions open doors to the underworld and test our limits and sadly seek to destroy us. The Skeleton Key gives grave meaning to the phrase, know thyself. Know what underlying emotions, beliefs, and principles you are fueling your dreams with. Know what kind of energy that you're using to visualize or embark on a manifestation process. You must also understand that there is a thin line between superstition and belief.
Went in or what?
I'm not.
I thought you don't believe in this stuff.
I don't. But I'm not just gonna mess around with it, so you wanna go in? Go ahead.
You can only want good things for yourself, but if you're battling negative emotions and beliefs, the only thing that you're going to manifest is the bad. So there you have it, folks. Another video essay by the movie Mystic. So what do you think about the power of belief and superstition? What do you think about manifesting and the process of manifesting in the Skeleton Key? Please sound off in the comments below. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Peace out.